A very, very slick mix, as I would expect, from a fader pusher and tweak head, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, of the quality of Dom Beacon. I'm sorry that I mispronounced your name earlier, Dom. That's something that you've got used to, I gather.
You're in very good company.
Everyone, basically everybody that's ever said your name.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've been HFB, right? Is you and Alex Patterson, the legend. The word legend is an overused word, especially in radio. But you can
around.
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah. It's sort of spread around liberally. But you can use the word legend in the context of describing Alex, who's not here, notably.
Yeah, no, he's not here.
So a legend, and also very flaky, late. And what's the excuse?
No, normally he thinks I'm the one who's flaky and late, but I think this evening he's drinking vodka with his cousins. So
okay, well, fair enough.
Priorities, you know what I mean?
It's Friday night.
Family first.
Okay, well, thanks for the mix, man. And so the last time that you were on the show was when you were in your last band, the Transit Kings.
Yeah,
you did a lovely mix for me back then, which I think was a half-an-hour one back in the day.
Yeah, I think half an hour, yeah.
So tell everyone exactly what HFB is, who it is, why it is, and what it's going to do.
HFB is me and Alex. It stands for High Frequency Bandwidth. And HFB really came out of the last record that we finished, which essentially ended up mostly being just Alex and I. We wanted to do something that was a lot more hip-hop and a lot more breakbeat based, a lot more DJ orientated, and we thought it would just be easier to start with a new band rather than kind of raking over the ashes of the old one.
Yeah. And how nice to be working with such a legend.
Yeah, scary, because I used to follow him around the country, watching him DJ and watching his gigs. So.
Well, I think everybody listening to this show has at some time stumbled in to see the Orb at a festival and thought, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, if you're anything like me, I don't really remember much of any of them. But
no, I don't think you're alone. I think you're in good company there. So, okay, so you've recorded an album.
Yeah.
And when's the album coming out, and where will it be available?
The plan at the moment is to release the first EP on Malicious Damage Records, which is Mike Cole's label. That will come out in February of next year. And then we've got 2 more EPs lined up, depending on how the first one goes down, and an album for the summer.
Love Malicious Damage.
They're great. They're just genius.
It's one of those, they're like not as famous as, but equally laudable as somebody like Ninja Tune. You know, people who run labels like this should be, if I were king, they would be knighted. Do you know what I mean?
It's just it's just pure passion for music. Just pure passion for music and packaging with Mike,
Yeah, great packaging. Yeah, repackaging all those great Killing Joke albums and B-sides and rarities, and giving them a new lick of paint. Really cool looking records. They always come out.
No, it's a cottage industry. If you buy records from Malicious Damage, you know where the money's going.
Back into the next record. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And do you have? So you've made your record. Presumably you're going to be peddling it out live in some way, shape, or form. Yeah,
we've done a few gigs just to test it out, and it's gone down really well. And we're hoping just to kind of book things up for the new year onwards, really.
Cool.
There's nothing definite in the diary yet, but
okay. So, and how people, if people are feeling what they heard behind, we were basically ruined by just talking over, and that there were a lot of HFB tracks in that mix, weren't there?
Yeah, I think about 5 hidden in there.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to do your all-time favourites, then surely they must come from the record you're doing at the moment. Otherwise, you might as well not put the record out.
Yeah. No, I think that's that's really cool.
I'm currently really feeling the record I'm mixing.
That's such a nice thing to That's really honest. I think that's really cool. So people are feeling it. How can they keep abreast of what you're doing? You've got a website and a MySpace stuff.
www.highfrequencybandwidth.com. It's up there at the moment, but it's just being completely rebuilt. So over the next kind of week or so, there will be a mailing list going up on there. There will be there is at the moment links to the MySpace and iLike and Facebook and all that other social networking nonsense. There's 2 videos out already which Mike Cole's made. We've just finished making a viral film with some directors called Dark Fibre, who are just really great, incredibly talented guys. That's coming out as something we did with a company called Armadillo, which is just insane. It's basically about a bloke who falls off his scooter and gets pelted with custard pies.
I like the sound of it already.
Yeah,
Dom Beacon.
Cut till anything else.
Dom Beacon of HFP, thank you so much for coming in, and thanks for the mix, and more power to your elbow, sir. And
Eddie, thank you for having us.
You're very welcome, and love to Alex when you see him.
Will do.
Sorry we missed him. Get him back here one day. All right, then. The remix continues after this.
This is XFM.